How's FI polar for you? What do you notice with that, or don't? I
Uh,
guess don't notice with
So
that.
I I to me, I don't know why anybody would want FI.
How does it feel to treat me like you do when you laid your hands upon me and told me who you are?
Right? Like I'm fine without it. It looks painful. It looks high energy. I can just kind of coast by FI issues. Occasionally when you're younger and you're like learning about chicks and relationships and stuff, sometimes you like step on an FI landmine.
Hmm.
But
I did that actually. I had an ISFP girl that I was talking to. I was in a really unhealthy state at the time. We can talk about it, but I'll let you finish.
I mean that was it. But mostly,
Oh, okay.
mostly I like not having it.
Because like one of the things that occurs with me with my own value, with the lack of my own value function and the way that I see the polar FI is anytime I'm around people, action is I'm going to lean on what I'm looking. It's almost like my brain is consistently searching for what is their FI, what do they value, so that I can
Mhm.
then not have to worry about what they value, and then we can kind of proceed forward in that way. But I don't know if maybe
Right.
that's I've learned to like suppress my own FI, or if that's just the fact that I
Yeah,
don't have
I
FI.
know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
like the recognition that there's like a deeper level of emotions or something that you need to know where it is before you can be comfortable. Just like okay, I can go forward. Just don't make any gay jokes. Like things like that.
Right, right, yes. And
Yeah.
that's why generally I'll lean towards people that don't give a shit. Like I'll make fucking all sorts of jokes with my friends. Then the ones that the few that I probably have like three or four that are like in my really really tight niche circle, because I realize that I can just make any joke and like they're gonna know that I'm joking at the end of the day. Whereas some people, the SJWs and shit, they'll fucking I can't make a trans joke or something, or they're gonna like cut my head off, and that sort of
Yes,
shit.
those are the sacred cows right now. You better not do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that um, I don't I don't typically miss people. Oh,
Mhm.
and I
That's
don't.
another big one. Yeah, that's another. My mom says that all the time. She's like, "You don't call me," and I'm like, "Yeah, because like, well, I'm sorry. I don't like. I'm busy doing shit. Like, I don't know."
Right. I don't miss
Yeah.
people. I don't. And like I think this is FI polar, but I don't know for whatever reason.
You
When
probably do miss people. It's just you're not aware of the fact that you're missing people.
I
It
mean
like the
that's
emotions are kind of
possible.
like pushed into the background. Likely,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
But in a similar note, like if I am away from somebody for a long period of time, to me, the next time I see them, if I don't see somebody for 5 years, and then I see them again, we're gonna pick up. In my mind, we pick up right where we left off.
Yeah, you know what? I like the players. No,
The relationship
no
has
doubt.
just frozen during the duration,
right.
and not everybody's like that.
Hmm. That's yeah. That rings pretty true to me and my relationships with my friends and stuff. Like I'll have there's the ones that I've noticed that I can't do that with are like the high FI users. Like they'll like because when I was going through shit when I was living in Miami at the time and I moved, I left without saying bye to anybody. I just took off. I was like, I'm gonna fucking move, and I just moved across the state. And like, the only people that I told was like my mom and my brother, people that I are like my immediate family. But like, I didn't say bye to any of my friends, and I didn't say anything. And then the ones that I still talk to today are the ones that didn't give a shit. They were like, oh yeah, he went to fucking go do his own thing, and he's figuring it out. Because I can't. There's so many people that like I'm not gonna host like people that host like going away parties or some shit, and they fucking say they go, all right, I have to say bye to every individual person so that no one feels left out. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. I had to leave because I was trying to figure my shit out, and I wanted to figure out what the fuck kind of future I wanted to have.
I try not to even say bye when I'm leaving like an event because it's
That's
just
yeah,
like if
it's
I can get away
cringe.
with it, she doesn't always let me do it, but I'll
Yeah,
just leave. I won't say bye to
yeah.
anybody. Once you start that, then you're stuck saying bye for 20 minutes and it's no fun
Yeah.
for anybody. And so I
I do
just
one of those. Bye guys, and I fucking just run out of the fucking door. Just it's so saying bye. Like imagine if this is where like I don't know if I have SE because I can never do this smoothly. Where I'll go try to say bye to people, and then I'll be like, oh fuck, now maybe do I have to say bye to everyone? Or like all right bye, and then I'm like there's a whole crowd around me, and I'm like shaking one dude's hand because I didn't know if I was supposed to shake this dude's hand or not. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just
yeah.
feel awkward.
I think that's an FE third thing. I think
Yeah.
that's like Yeah, that's what I would say that is. But
Yeah.
oh, another thing I think that's pretty FI polar is I could if I have a falling out with somebody, their status can change from friend to enemy quickly and cleanly.
Yeah. Did you ever
Like,
misdiagnose as like borderline?
no,
No.
I have been accused of being a psychopath.
So
Yeah,
you said you're FI polar whenever people go from like friend to enemy very quickly. Is that what
right.
you're
Like,
saying?
well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's cleanly. Maybe quickly isn't the wrong
Yeah.
wrong word. If somebody's a friend, I'll give them a lot of rope, right?
Mhm. Would you?
But like when I got divorced, like once that relationship was done, it was done.
Mhm.
That was it. Like it wasn't difficult. You know, I expected when I was thinking about filing for divorce, I had the divorce papers in my desk for a while, and then I filed them, and it took them like a month to serve her. So I'm living with my ex-wife for a month, knowing that at some point she's going to get served with divorce papers. But in the meantime,
Right.
I got to play it off. But at that point, I
Oh, that
just
must have been fucking hell, bro.
it actually was like it was just the relationship was already hell. That
Oh,
didn't
okay,
really
gotcha.
make it any worse. But
You were already at the baseline of 0.
well, at that point, yeah, at that point. So at that point, the relationship dynamics had changed in my mind, and so it wasn't difficult for me. I think that I do think that situation for somebody with higher FI would be more like, oh, I remember when we got along better, and oh, you're kind of still this, you know, like.
Right.
But it just wasn't gray for me anymore. It was black and white. It's like this chick is fucking up my life, our life. This needs to go.
Yeah, we're bad for each other, kind of thing.
It was, yeah, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't hate her or anything. It just it was a clean mental shift over.
Your chemistries didn't align well enough for you guys to be together to create a positive outcome.
And certainly our ability to make decisions together was awful.
Yeah.
But we met shooting Jägermeister. I mean, what the fuck
that's a great foundation for a relationship.
Right. So,
gotcha. Okay.
And I think that I mean, it felt normal to me. Like this is a big decision, of course. So I thought about it, and when I made the decision, I made the decision. But she still, I think it fucks her up, like how sterile an emotional experience this has been and continues to be for me. Right. I don't think it's the same for her.
So you're saying it still eats at you at times? Like it'll
no,
still come back?
No, it didn't. It never did.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so you're saying for her it was the fact that it kept eating away at her, and for you were just kind of like, eh.
I think the fact that I did it and that it doesn't bother it. Obviously, like I'm fine with it. I think that is something that she's like, what?
Okay.
You know, like you're so cold. That's what you're so cold. Well, you're so fucking crazy.
You're so hot.
Right. Like I'm just balancing this.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I'm wondering because you're introducing a lot of potential for me to recognize because I do that as well, but like I have faint recollections because like it's almost like my brain wants to forget that because I do that as well. Like if whenever I'm doing things with friends, and FI in itself is something that's like this idea of BB calls it assessing the value of things. Whenever I'm trying to assess value, I don't do it well, and that's kind of where I see myself running into a lot of trouble with my FI polar, where it's like the pendulum of swinging of like how much am I getting in a relationship, how much are they? It's just constantly doing this, and I'm just like I've never really able to like sit still and be like, oh, like look at things. I don't look at things objectively when it comes to analyzing it through, I guess, the FI lens. Is where I would run into trouble with it. Because like I'll think my friends are taking advantage of me, and then I'll talk to them and I'll be like, oh, I was a fucking idiot. Why was my brain convincing me of this like reality? I think that might be where NI inferior comes in for me.
I can relate to that. Yeah, I can relate to that. And how old are you?
26. No, fuck, okay. I just turned 27 like 2 weeks ago. 27.
Yeah, so it should be smoother sailing from here. Like
God, bro, I'm so glad that's been a consistent pattern throughout my life. I feel like getting hurt by something.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I've definitely been there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was and particularly with relationships with girls, I guess, you know, it took me a while to figure out, like, I never had any idea what sort of terms we were really on. and I never had any idea of what sort of terms they thought. You know, like
You didn't
like
know where they were in the relationship.
I didn't know. Yeah, I just didn't know where the whole thing was. I didn't know where we were collectively. I didn't know
Right.
where she was. I can't know where she is, or I can't know where I am. I don't really know where she is unless I know where I am, and then in that case, I'm probably not here trying to figure out where we are.
Right.
Yeah, so that was kind of confusing.
Okay. Do you have any tips, bro? Because I'm like, when it comes to women, I'm still like all over the place.
I mean, that I don't know. I think that
It's
just
just
like
time.
yeah,
So-
it's just time and experience.
Yeah.
Like I think everybody has to go through shitty relationships to learn
Yeah.
about how to have a good one.